You don't need 0 ping to be a really fast editor. I'm going to show you how to edit fast on any ping.
Stop the cap.
It's not cap. Okay, if you have like 100 ping, then yeah, it doesn't work for you. But if you have around 60 or less, you can do it. Quad edits, invisible builds, all of it. The first thing you need to do is find out how fast your ping will let you edit. Confirming edits is server side, meaning whenever you make an edit, you have to wait for the server to register it before you can edit something else. For example, if your ping is as low as 30, that means you have to wait 60 milliseconds between each edit. 30 milliseconds for it to reach the server and 30 milliseconds for it to come back. So if you timed your edits perfectly, you could edit 17 times a second, but no one can actually edit that fast. Just so you can imagine it, this is how fast you'd have to press edit to do that. But if your ping is 50, that means if you timed your edits, you could edit 10 times a second. Now that, people can actually edit faster than. It would sound like this. To figure out whether or not your ping is even playing a factor in your edit speed, do this. First, see how fast you're able to press your edit key on this website. You just spam your edit key like 5 times and it'll tell you how fast you can press it. If you mess up, there's a reset button. The link will be in the description. Once you have that, let's figure out your ping cap. Just take double your ping, err on the higher side if it fluctuates, and divide by 60,000. So for me, I get 40 to 50 ping to NA East, so I do 60,000 divided by 100 equals 600. And that's how fast your ping lets you edit in beats per minute. If this number is higher than what you get on the other website, then ping is not a factor. Either way, you'll want to hear a metronome of the BPM of your ping so you can hear the rate at which you should be editing. To practice editing at the speed, you'll want to use Radar's mechanics map and just practice your timing. Start off with short bursts to make sure you're doing it right. You want to match the speed of the metronome, not just go as fast as you can. In my own creative server, I get 0 ping because there are AWS servers in Miami, but in a real game or even creative matchmaking, my ping is never this low. So even though your creative ping may let you edit faster, just match the speed of the metronome. If you're going too fast, the next floor won't be selected when you hit your edit key. If you can't edit fast enough, there's a chance it might actually be your keybinds. You can use the same website to see if you can edit faster with another finger than you're using. I changed my edit bind to my index finger recently since I'm faster with it than my thumb. Once you can press your edit key fast enough, your crosshair placement is the most important thing. If we look at the gameplay from some of the fastest editors, one of the most notable things is how efficient their crosshair placement is. This is what separates the good editors from the best. Even if you can press edit fast enough, it only matters if you can select the tiles just as fast. When watching the fastest editors, they only move their mouse just enough to make the edit, no extra movement. Just as important is the order in which you make the edit. Should you edit the wall like this or like this? Well, it depends on what will be placed or edited next. If it's part of, say, a retake and you need to place a cone above you next, then you should do it this way so your crosshair ends up where you need it. But if you need to place a floor next, then you should do it this way instead. You might wonder, since there's a lot of muscle memory involved in this, how to swap between the two naturally without thinking about it. Well, you have to think about it as building combos instead of individual builds when it comes to muscle memory. The best example is something you probably already do. When you take a bunch of damage, you don't think to place 4 walls around you, a floor, a ceiling, and a cone. The same is true for everything the fastest editors do. They don't think to edit the floor, cone, then wall from the bottom to top to place cone. It's all one action in their mind. Similarly, editing the floor, cone, and wall from top to bottom to place a floor is one completely separate action. And the only way to build this kind of muscle memory is by doing it over and over in creative. This applies to absolutely everything the best players do. So make yourself a set of drills to work on each day and keep at it until you have it down. You can also place these movement modifiers on your island so that you can start off slow and speed up as you get better at it. Before you go, there's one other thing that's super important when it comes to crosshair placement, and that's movement. Imagine playing without being able to move left and right at all. You'd still be able to do everything, but it's much harder since you have to move your mouse away from the edits whenever you want to move left or right. Well, with default movement, you can move left and right, but only a little. But by having the best movement settings, it allows you better crosshair placement for better editing and instantly better aim in-game. Click right here if you want to see that. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe for more tips and tricks. Thanks for watching. Farewell.